Station, Texas for SEC basketball this Saturday afternoon. It's LSU coming in at 9-4, and the 11th ranked Texas A&M Aggies 11-3 on the season. Good Saturday afternoon. Glad to have you along. Former Missouri Tiger John Sunvold. I'm Richard Cross. Should be a good matchup today. Two teams looking for a win today. This crowd wants a win. And John, good news for Texas A&M. They get DJ Hogue back in the lineup today.
Yeah, DJ Hogue is back, and happy for everybody else. This is their leading scorer and leading shooter from outside. At 6'9", 220, he has the ability to just catch it and release it, and most of the time he's matched up with smaller guys on the outside so he can take advantage. But because of his size, he can also go inside and finish around the rim. Good to have Hogue back in the lineup for A&M.
Well, Texas A&M still dealing with health issues. Admon Gilder, Dwayne Wilson both out dealing with knee injuries. You see DJ Hogue there shooting 50% from behind the arc. And kind of late news today, Robert Williams will not play today for the Aggies. He's dealing with an illness, cannot go. And so Texas A&M, who's got a lot of talent in that front court, will be a little thin down low today. Morelos jumps for A&M. It's swap Reith for LSU, and the Tigers get the opening possession.
A&M will open up man-to-man defensively. They must stay close and in attention to Tremont Waters, the outstanding freshman for LSU.
Skylar Mays, Tremont Waters, he wears number 3, and he is special. Stands only about 5'9". Swap Reith, Darrell Edwards, Aaron Epps, the other starters today for LSU.
Waters has such a great quick release and deep.
Shot clock inside 5. Tough shot for Waters, but he got it to fall.
Anytime when you're dealing with size, if you're smaller, sometimes you want to get a body into the defender and allow yourself to push off, get a little space.
Caldwell going to try a 3. He's off the mark. A week ago on the road against Alabama, Texas A&M really struggled shooting the 3. They were 2 of 21 in a 22-point loss to the Crimson Tide.
2 losses in a row for A&M, and on both games they have lost the field goal percentage stat. Have not shot the ball well in 2 games. Now another possession by LSU. Good assist. Easy bucket.
Tyler Davis, Texas A&M certainly wants to work inside, but Davis turns it over. Traveled inside.
You know, Waters, we talk about his all-round game, and here's why. He shoots it 5th in the conference in scoring. He leads the league in assists. Terrific backdoor cut. If you're a teammate of a guy like Waters, just continue to move. Set screens, bounce off, find openings. He will draw a lot of attention by a defensive team. There'll be double teams, triple teams. If you're a teammate, you'll find an opening.
Swap Reith working inside. Missed the hook shot, but LSU gets another try. Edwards for 3. DJ Hogue puts it on the deck. Josha Morelos had it taken away by Epps.
No rhythm early for A&M. Coming off 2 losses. Slow start this afternoon.
Knock it inside for Epps, and LSU with a quick start in this game. They lead at 7-0.
I like what Aaron Epps has turned out to be in his senior season. I mean, he can add points. He can score at 13 against Kentucky in their loss on Wednesday night. Gives them just under 10 a game. Solid shooter from the outside.
LSU coming in 9-3 on the year. Epps has started the last 10 for the Tigers. Whistle to foul underneath. Guys in the striped shirts today: Tony Henderson, Todd Austin, and Gerald Williams.
Offensively, the Aggies must make harder cuts. LSU's again going to sag back defensively, except for Hogue. You've got to have harder cuts, make a defender move with you, set screens, and free some guys up.
DJ Hogue straight on 3, off the mark. You think about Texas A&M a year ago, one of the things, or maybe the biggest thing that they were missing, was a true point guard. Dwayne Wilson has kind of filled that role for the Aggies this year, but had a collision with a teammate in the game against Alabama last week, and he's out.
Yeah, Wilson's been outstanding. Over 12 points, over nearly 5 assists. Another injury. Billy Kennedy told us before the game, he just shook his head. Got guys sick, been injured. They haven't had a healthy squad for quite a while.
That's the second 3 of the game for LSU. This time Skylar Mays, and the Tigers lead at 10-0 over the Aggies. Savion Flagg tries a 3.
LSU sat back, allowed Flagg to take the open look.
Here's another three for LSU. Turnover by the Aggies.
LSU has a quicker bounce so far. A&M on their heels.
Skylar Mays on the drive. They had it partially blocked that time by Tyler Davis.
Must find an energy piece somewhere. Good pass.
J.J. Caldwell on the feed down low to Tyler Davis.
How about Tyler Davis? Career-wise, 63% from the field. Doesn't miss many.
LSU turns it over. Dwight Reith couldn't handle the pass. Will Wade in his first season as the head coach at LSU, 5th year overall, sitting on 100 career wins. Second youngest coach in all of Division I basketball at 35 years old.
Terrific young coach. Fun guy to be around. He's got a team that he has upped the ante a little bit from a year ago. How they play defensively. Much more aggressive, active. Had some good wins. Had a chance to beat Kentucky Wednesday night in Baton Rouge. Didn't get it done.
Will Wade, a couple of years as the head coach at Chattanooga, a couple of years at VCU. 2 trips for VCU to the NCAA tournament while he was the head man. Brandon Sampson on the drive, rolls out. Trosha Morelos inside, drew the foul. Free throws for Aggies coming up after the break. Tremont Waters, the freshman from New Haven, Connecticut. Special start to the year for him. SEC Network Basketball is brought to you by Pilot Flying J, the official travel center, fueling the SEC. Tremont Waters, freshman out of New Haven, Connecticut, had a big Maui Invitational tournament. And John, he's been, I think, everything and more that Will Wade could have asked for in the early going this year.
Yeah, I think he's been a great surprise of this league. Everybody knew he was a great high school player, but kind of freshman point guard, can he take over? And you see those numbers. He had the game-winning steal against Michigan. He had the game-winning block defensively against Houston.
He's 5'9".
I mean, he's done some things that you just don't expect. Now, you get to league play. As Mike Anderson, coach of Arkansas, said, that's kind of when you get part of the family. Everybody knows each other well. Coaches will have studied tape and try to figure out how to guard Waters. But he's so good off the bounce, so good with the basketball, so skilled at shooting it. It'll be fun watching him through this league.
He had 18 points and 11 rebounds in the SEC opener against Kentucky. 27 points in his debut for LSU, which is the most scored by a freshman since 1976.
Now, how about this stat? What you always challenge with players, especially scorers, is how well do they play or shoot with contested shots? He shoots 40% on contested shots. That means guys are in his face. That's a huge number.
A couple of free throws there for Tony Trosha Morelos. Cuts the lead to 6.
Tough matchup. Sampson offensive for LSU. Very active with the ball. Hogue probably a step slow guarding Sampson if Sampson wants to be aggressive with the ball.
A.J. Chandler into the game for Texas A&M. Number 0 guarding Waters out front.
Solid defensive stand. Can they hold it?
Waters has it swatted away with 2 on the shot clock by Hogue.
One thing about A&M, if you put it on the floor and get to the paint, they're coming. And so what you find out, he's a freshman, Waters. Next time you go, you know they're great weak side help. There's got to be guys open. Hogue kind of came up limping there. Shot clock.
Ryan Kerr looked like he had no idea. So after the block.
Boy, that's Billy Kennedy. He doesn't need that.
Oh, kind of jogging it off. Texas A&M may have kind of reached the point where it's okay. Unless your foot fell off, you got to stay in.
You must stay. They brought Hogue off the screen, but Davis didn't set a good enough pick, and Hogue didn't run it tight. Didn't get an opening.
Billy Kennedy, the head coach here in College Station, 126 wins in his 7 seasons. Career record at this point of 337 and 267. 2 years ago, the SEC Coach of the Year.
And that 2 years ago, that team went to the Sweet 16, SEC co-champs. I think, and Richard, it feels, the coaches feel at A&M, if all their pieces are healthy, if they're all playing, they got a great chance to make a run, not only to win the SEC title, but to get to the Final Four.
But that means DJ Hogue being in the lineup, and Tyler Davis and Robert Williams, and getting Gilder and Wilson healthy. DJ Chandler with a 3 from the corner, coming off his best game as an Aggie, had 17 in the loss to Florida. And Chandler called for a foul.
I would say this defensively, if you're guarding Waters, if you're going to get close to him, I think you're in trouble because he's too quick, too shifty, too good with a basketball. Give him space. Chandler goes at 6'4". Give him space and then get to the shot line after he commits himself to the jump shot. Even though he has a quick release, the closer you get with his body, it's in trouble.
Illegal screen there by Wade Sims, and so after a 10-zip start for LSU, the Aggies have reeled off 7 in a row. They've got the basketball. Sims goes to the bench. Brandon Rashawn in for the first time tonight. Davis, good high-low action.
Yeah, they made a switch. Waters at 5'9", 5'10", whatever you want to list him, got caught on the 6'9" hole. Good recognition by Davis.
Texas A&M on a 9-0 run, could take their first lead. Tremont Waters, shortest guy on the floor, going up to pull down the rebound.
Better energy now, though, from A&M on both ends.
Wop Reese puts it on the deck and then kicks it out.
Skylar Mays very good off the dribble. Point guard a year ago.
LSU 3.5 minutes without a point. Wop Reese off the mark with a 3. Tyler Davis going to try a 3. And another rebound for Waters. I beg your pardon, Skylar Mays that time on the board.
Well, the pace is back and forth. Someone take the lid off both ends, huh? Now you saw Davis step out. He's 3 of 6 this year beyond the 3-point line. He only took 1 in his first couple years. That's Hogue's spot right there.
Flag with an offensive rebound, and then Davis with the tip in. Texas A&M has scored 11 in a row, and they now lead in this game.
First thing Will Wade said to us today, he said, I did not want the Aggies to play volleyball and tip it around the rim a lot. They did that possession.
Chandler called for a foul. That's his second.
Must block out. You must put a body on somebody and move them backwards. LSU standing underneath, and really, when you're caught that deep underneath, you're in trouble.
LSU 0 for its last 7, 4.5 minutes without a point.
Fresh bodies continue to come in for A&M to guard Waters.
This time Tremont Waters turns it over.
TJ Starks in the lineup, defensively matched up. Physical guard at 200 pounds, 6'2". Forced the turnover by Waters.
Chris Collins. Collins, a junior from Friendswood, Texas, in the game. Starks kicks it to the corner. It's flag on the drive. Josha Morelos foul.
A&M does have a young team, but they've got guys who've played. Obviously, when you think of Davis, you think of Gilder, who will be healthy hopefully this week when they play at Kentucky. But you've got Hogue, but they've got veteran guys off the bench. Wilson, even though he's new this year, graduate transfer, he's injured. When Collins comes in the game, he had 8 starts last season, so he's had a lot of minutes. A team that's got some veteran leadership when healthy. Got some fresh young bodies, the freshmen that can be very good. And those minutes are changing just because of all the injuries and suspensions they've dealt with.
Morelos makes 1 of 2 from the line. He's got 3 points. All of them from the free throw line. Texas A&M 2-point advantage.
They may change up sets, but what they end up, LSU usually gets Waters where he had the ball in the first place for a high pick. Good job defensively by A&M.
Shot clock at 4. Winding down. Reef has his pocket pick from behind. Savion Flagg fouled on the drive by Randy Anwasur. 2-point lead for Texas A&M. LSU's gotten cold. And the saying goes that it's hard to win on the road, especially in conference play. But this weekend, or earlier this week, the Gators, the Tigers, and the Cats all able to go on the road and get wins.
And when you're in a good league, as this league is now number 2 RPI, when you're in a good league, road wins are huge. When towards the end of the year they start separating the top from the bottom, what depends on the 6th seed or 7th seed, all those things. If you've got road wins against quality teams, especially a league like this one, it's going to jump you up, and you got NCAA resume.
And John, when you look at the RPI right now, this changes the game for the SEC this year. 7 teams currently in the top 40. You're only a couple of years removed from having bad losses in the league. That's just not going to be the case this year.
It used to be where you couldn't get a good win. Once you got to January, it was really hard. Now, some leagues like the Big 12 could always have these wins. Now the SEC is that way. You're going to see what some might think are upsets during the league, but no, they're going to be quality wins. Again, you're trying to not only win the league title, you're trying to build a resume to get that NCAA tournament. And as of right now, I think they have 8 listed for the SEC into the tournament.
And so based on what you see right there, you've got 2 top 15 RPI matchups inside the league today. Arkansas on the road against Auburn, and Kentucky at Tennessee tonight.
Well, you saw the list. 6 top teams in 25 for the RPI. So that is such a difference in what we've had in the last couple years.
Savion Flagg misses the first free throw. Flagg, a freshman on this team from Alvin, Texas, making his 5th start of the year today.
Solid player, has really struggled the last 2 ball games in the losses. Only 29% from the field, averaging just 5 points a game. Rest of this early season, pretty solid.
Flagg probably playing his best basketball coming out of non-conference into the SEC. He was the SEC Freshman of the Week in that final week of non-conference play. Shaw fouled on the side. Flagg picks up his first. LSU started this game 4 of 6 from the field, made a couple of threes. Since then, 0 of 7. And John, they've had a couple of possessions where they've not gotten a shot off.
Well, let's go back. Let's think of A&M. Traditionally with Billy Kennedy. Solid man-to-man defensively. They're a great weak side help team. They are the #1 defensive field goal team, only giving up 38%. So that's their calling card. No matter the injuries and all those things, defense can keep them in the game and hang on. LSU's got to do better spacing, find better openings. That time, Epps knocked it along.
That's a big 3 for Epps. Snaps the scoring skid for LSU. They've gone over 6 minutes without a point. TJ Starks, #2, another freshman for this Aggie team.
And how quickly, when Davis catches the ball down low, he gets attention. And rightfully so.
It's the 2nd time today that he's traveled. I mean, LSU just collapsing with, 3 guys on him?
Collapsing, and Tyler Davis doesn't necessarily play above the rim. And so when he's playing against a guy like Dwop Reith, who's got a couple inches on him and the length, Taylor sometimes worries about Tyler does, worries about kind of the ball fakes. I think he's just got to go up strong and try to finish it right away. Wow, tough shot.
And he's got it away to Rashad. Kind of flipped it up to the side.
LSU played a very similar defense to Kentucky, where they kind of sagged off, dared Kentucky to shoot. Kentucky, the second half, they were better off the dribble, got to the rim.
Talked with Will Wade at their practice last night. He kind of re-emphasized the point today. They're going to pack it in and make A&M prove that they can hit shots from the outside.
Especially with Hogue not on the floor.
Starks draws the contact. DJ Hogue about to check back in. He's got 2 points today. DJ Starks shooting 63% from the line this year. Tonight at 9 Eastern, we'll take you to Thompson Bowling Arena. Second sellout of the season in Knoxville as the 17th-ranked Cats take on the 23rd-ranked Tennessee Vols. It's right here tonight on the SEC Network and streaming live on the SEC app. Sold out against North Carolina earlier this year. Had a big crowd against Auburn earlier in the week.
Tough loss at home against Auburn. Now Auburn, Bruce Pearl's team playing very well. High octane offensively. If they can guard people, they're going to win a lot of games. Wow.
Reif was there for the follow, but then it was kicked out of bounds by LSU, and so Texas A&M basketball. Media picked this Texas A&M team number 3 in the preseason. Their turnover by Texas A&M as Tyler Davis was called for a 3-second violation.
Solid again defensively. They ran a high-low, so Hogue's going to catch it up high, try to dump it down to Davis inside. He couldn't get it there because of the defense. Davis gets caught standing. Matchup 2-3 zone defense now by the Aggies. Keep an eye on Waters, a shooter. Sampson can also shoot the 3.
Sampson on the drive. Starks.
Tough. You know what? You got a 2-on-1. You got a layup. Decide to go to the outside, and LSU goes the other way. So you don't get 2, and you give up 2. That's a 4-point swing.
Sampson catches and drives there, and he goes right at Tyler Davis. Is that what you have to do with him?
Well, Davis, again, isn't a tall shot blocker. I mean, he's a big dude, but he plays more under the rim, physical. So I think guys like Sampson who play above the rim are probably always going to challenge a Davis.
Davis got the tip in, back to a 2-point game.
In the zone, got to keep an eye on Waters because of the range he will take the shot. Nice catch, nice release.
Turnover by A&M.
You know, good matchup that Epps at 6'10" is guarding Hogue. Sometimes Hogue is guarded by a shorter guy that can get shots over the top.
Reif had a good look. That's 2 trips in a row where LSU's found a soft spot right in the middle of the lane. Billy Kennedy's going to take a timeout. We will take it as well. 4-point lead for LSU. 7:07 left in the first. Wednesday at 7 Eastern in Gainesville. It's Mississippi State on the road against the Florida Gators. It's right here on the SEC Network and streaming live on the SEC app. Year 3 for Ben Howland in Starkville. And his team playing well. Got a home win against Arkansas earlier in the week. Mississippi State at Ole Miss today. 4-point lead here in College Station. LSU leading it over Texas A&M. And if you're LSU at this point, are you looking at this game and kind of the flow and going, okay, we can steal one on the road today?
Well, what you're thinking, if you're the coaching staff, and hopefully the players are thinking this, is let's make a push in the last 7 minutes. Let's try to build up a pretty good lead by halftime, because A&M is shooting under 30% from the field, a little lethargic on the offensive end. If LSU can crank it just a bit, because on the road, at some point the whole team's going to make a good run. A lot of the times it's the second half.
Two teams meeting today here in College Station. The 37th meeting all time. Texas A&M won twice last year. Series even at 18 apiece. First meeting back in the 1916-17 season. It was not a barn burner. You're a basketball junkie. You remember watching that one?
Yeah. No, I was there, and I was a kid, and so what happened was once it got in the peach basket, you climbed the ladder, took it out, went the other way.
It was really a big deal when they decided to cut the bottom out of the peach basket.
It helped a bunch, didn't it?
Flow of the game got so much better. Out front, 3 on the way, won't fall. Starks ends up with it.
So let's reverse it. If you're A&M, you're thinking if we can make a run towards half, we can build a lead ourselves. Neither team's shooting very well.
Tyler Davis picks up the foul. It's got to be frustrating right now for Billy Kennedy when you look around and you see multiple injuries. You've had multiple suspensions throughout the course of the year.
And Tyler Davis didn't even feel the guy there. I mean, he just went to establish a position.
Waters on the drive, high off the glass. A foul underneath. I think Trosha Morelos called for the push. That was actually Chris Collins who picked up the foul.
Coaching staff at A&M and any of the players are kind of looking, what's going to energize us? Do we have a guy or two guys that can turn it around? They shot 30% at Alabama, just barely 40 against Florida in that loss. They're under 30% this afternoon shooting. You go through stretches as a team and as players where it's just difficult. Credit to the opponents. Make it harder on you.
Hampson missed an easy one.
Yep.
LSU shooting 32%. Texas A&M 29%. Starks has it blocked out of bounds. Crowd here in College Station wanted a foul. They've got a good crowd here at Reed Arena this afternoon. A little bit of a slow arriving crowd. Students are not back in school yet after the Christmas break.
60 degrees outside compared to much of the country in bitter cold.
Go of 3 from behind the arc. And that's one thing. People talked about getting DJ Hogue back. You thought, okay, magically all of a sudden he's just going to come in and he's going to hit threes at the rate he was hitting. He was shooting 50% prior to the suspension.
Yeah, it's difficult when you come off a suspension or an injury, and game time is different than practice time. It really is. A little bit of nerves, a little bit of excitement. A very quiet first half for both squads offensively.
Foul was on Mine Kerr, his first. I think he's left some points on the floor at the free throw line, just 4 of 8 so far. Tyler Davis shoots 66% for the line. Davis has penciled his name into a bunch of categories in the record books at Texas A&M. He's the 36th Aggie with 1,000 points in his career. 26th with 500 rebounds, and both of those numbers are going to continue to grow.
An impressive night when they opened up in Germany against West Virginia, 23 points and 13 rebounds. And he is a load inside. He does his homework. Establishes position quickly when they come down the floor. Defensively is a tough matchup.
8 points today so far for Tyler Davis, who would like to play every single game against West Virginia. 2 years ago, a year ago in Morgantown, he had 24.
Good pass.
Reith, easy finish there.
Skylar Mays on a beautiful bounce pass away from the defender. The only guy they're up tight is when Hogue catches it outside. Everybody else, they back off a step, kind of invite a shot with a hand in their face.
Tyler Davis tries his second three of the ball game. 0 of 2 from behind the arc. Good offensive rebound by TJ Starks.
Starks has such quick feet, strong base. Nice bucket.
All 2 that time from Starks on the step back.
Great possession by that freshman. The offensive rebound and then the bucket.
Starks out of Dallas, Lancaster High School. Scored only 2 points in each of the first 2 SEC games for the Aggies. Waters came into the game shooting 42% from behind the arc.
And without the ability to make jump shots outside, Davis, everybody's in his lap, right? It's hard to get him open. LSU on the road. Terrific pass by Mays. Easy bucket. Can they steal one? We'll see.
All right, so Monday night, Stunvold, who you got?
Good throw. I've got the Dogs. I'm taking the Dogs.
Nice hands. I'm with you. I go Georgia as well. Think the magic from the Rose Bowl continues. 13 guys in the truck today. They voted 7-6 in favor of Georgia. So, Peter, a clean sweep for Georgia here in College Station. Thanks a lot, Peter. I don't guess we'll see any triple option on Monday night.
You never know. Someone might break out something different for the last game.
Got some good running backs and some good defenses. Shot clock winding down. Texas A&M will throw it in from the sideline. Down 2 with 3 seconds on the shot clock. Late first half. Davis going to try a 3. Hogue with an offensive rebound. Draws the foul.
You know, at some stage, Hogue has got to insert himself offensively. Not by the pace that he's playing. And he's not the fastest kind of player, but he's got to be able to, like he did there, offensive rebound, then draw contact. Get away from defenders, get a quick release shot. He's got to become, because of their injuries and because of guys out, Hogue's got to be the guy now that at least opens it up for them offensively. He's got to take a whole different presence as he looks around at his teammates on the floor.
Double figures in 8 of 11 games that Hogue has played in this year. Got to send him to the bench. Maybe a little blood on his elbow. Saw it on the jersey, I think. So I'll try to fix that. On Monday night, we'll start our coverage of the College Football National Championship game between Alabama and Georgia right here on the SEC Network. It's SEC Nation at 6. And then at 8:15, Feinbaum Fill Room, cast of thousands. Paul Feinbaum, Gene Chiswick, Greg McElroy, the rest of the college football crew. And then we wrap it up all right here on the SEC Network with SEC Now at midnight. Full breakdown of the college football playoff national championship game. You can watch it all on the ESPN app. Second free throw coming for DJ Hogue. He made the first, makes them both. He's now got 4 points and tied at 21.
And if you're a shooter, and he hasn't made any long bombs yet today, but you've made 2 free throws, right? A shooter goes, okay, that
Baby
felt
steps.
good, that felt good. Every player's got to take accountability of themselves on a floor during a game and go, okay, where can I help my team? I'm going to go back. Hogue's got to be an offensive player. He's got to establish himself and separate himself from everybody else. Wow. Starks is quick, he's aggressive, and he's in attack mode. Nothing there as he made that explosion. Look at all the purple jerseys just standing and waiting as they sit back defensively.
Rob Reith at 6'11", 244 pounds, standing in. Take the charge. It's been a tough day so far for Reith offensively, just 1 of 6, and he's coming off a big game against Kentucky at 24 points, 11 rebounds. It was his first double-double of the season.
He knocked in a couple threes that ball game, dominated inside.
Reith working against Trosha Morelos.
You know, Trosha Morelos, I get it. When you get a bump, maybe take it. But you can't fall down if there's no help right there. If you're one-on-one defensively, you can't take the bump if it's that soft of a bump.
Hogue from just inside the three-point line.
But I like it. He was aggressive with the ball, attack. That's what he does best, is shoot it.
Waters feeds it to Reith, who wasn't ready. LSU fortunate to keep the ball on the offensive end of the floor. If you're a post player for LSU and you see Waters coming down the floor, you better be ready.
Hands up, ready to catch. If I was that tall, I'd just probably point to the rim a lot. Just tell him to throw lobs up there.
Flag got his hands on Brandon Sampson and was called for the foul. And fans don't like that. This has been, the officials have allowed both teams to play a little bit today. Savion Flack picked up his second foul, goes to the bench. Tyler Davis comes back in. First free throw of the game for LSU comes with 2:17 left here in the first half.
Missed opportunities, right? You're on the road, got a chance to make 2 free throws. Another turnover.
J.J. Caldwell dragged his foot.
You know, it'll be good when halftime happens because maybe both squads will just set the reset button, right? Let's do this again. Offensively, both teams inept, not making shots, turnovers.
10 turnovers for A&M, 6 for LSU. The Aggies shooting 26%, LSU 33. There's
Another
LSU's
turnover.
7th turnover.
Sampson looked like a good pass, close. Reith couldn't handle it.
Caldwell, good move.
Wow. He made the step here. I actually thought he was going to call traveling.
Get the whistle.
And one. I was trying to think who fouled him. That's a good bucket.
And he finishes off the three-point play. Texas A&M retakes the lead, 24-23. Mays. And a foul underneath on Epps. That last one for J.J. Caldwell, can we call that a Euro step?
It was Euro, and he stepped. So I'll give that to you. I wasn't sure if anybody was guarding him. So that's when the whistle blew. I thought, well, I guess they'll call walk. Will Wade was looking over there like,
who hit him?
Wait, where was that one?
This was it. Watch again.
Comes down, and maybe there's a swipe of the arm here. I like the move.
If there was a swipe of the arm, it was before the shot.
Correct. That's maybe where the surprise was across from Will Wade. You're saying if there was a touch.
If there was contact.
Yeah.
But you got, you think Euro step, and you got the continuation as well. So
we needed the points. That's good.
Texas A&M.
We as in this game.
Yeah. They're just happy for some points and a 3-point lead inside 90 seconds until the half.
Keep setting the high screen and roll. Wap can hit this shot. Very nice touch.
He's 1 of 2 from behind the arc and now 6 of 10 for the year.
I got a couple big guys. Wapreath that can set that high screen and roll, pick and pop. Epps can set it because he shoots it well. Nice hesitation. Beautiful.
Starks off the window.
With the injuries to Gilder and Wilson, Starks getting a lot of minutes.
5 points for Starks in the first half.
I will say this, it wouldn't be fun guarding Waters because there's a screen all the time. And then he does that.
That ball barely touched the net as it went through. Snaps a string of 7 in a row scored by Wapreath for LSU. Hogue has it taken away by Waters. Shot clock off. He throws the lob, but Hogue's here to bat it away.
Good hustle after the turnover by Hogue. He got back defensively to knock that away. Looked like it was going to be a lob dunk. Shot clock is off. They can get the last shot of the half if they want to. Maybe not.
He's kind of hemmed in there. I'm not sure if he was going to be able to dribble out of it.
Surprised he took it because they could have had the last shot of the half.
3 off the mark, tipped around inside. Maybe a fitting into this first half. A missed shot. 1 point lead for LSU at the break, 29-28. More coming up in a little while from College Station, but right now we'll send you to the studio. Peter, take it away. Getting ready for the start of the second half at Reed Arena in College Station. LSU and Texas A&M. The Tigers with 1 point lead over the Aggies as we get set for half number 2. Alongside John Sundvold, Richard Cross, good to have you back. Good news for both of these teams. There's an opportunity for an SEC win that is out there for the taking for both squads.
I would expect both squads to play better. Coaches delivered a message at halftime, obviously. They've got to just, the pace has got to be better defensively. They're fine. Up it a little bit, get some shots in the hole, changes the game.
Kind of a streaky start to begin the game. LSU starts it off on a 10-0 run. Aggies followed up with a 12-0 run, but just not good shooting by either side in the first half. LSU shoots 35%. That's for the best shooting team in the SEC, and the Aggies just barely better than 30%.
I still put a little bit on the Aggies, Richard, in the fact that sense of urgency, right? They are 0-2 in conference play. LSU comes to town, and this is a game A&M is favored to win, supposed to win, et cetera, et cetera. So sense of urgency has to increase by their energy level on both ends. LSU, on the other hand, they're thinking, hey, we're right there, we're ahead, we didn't play our best, didn't shoot our best. Let's see if they can turn it up too. Now defensively, they're going to stay off. They're going to stay off, guys, and see if A&M can make any shots.
Vermont Waters kind of becoming the star attraction for LSU basketball. 6 points in the first half. Tyler Davis establishes right out of the gate.
Decent pass by Caldwell, right on the money, right over the defender. Easy layup, good first possession.
the way to the rim. Darrell Edwards lays it up.
A lot of times that happens because the weak side defender, J.J. Caldwell, was not going to help off Waters. So instead of a help defender there, simply turned the corner. Caldwell stayed on Waters, which he should, and Edwards made the play.
Trocia Morelos all the way inside, banks it in. Edwards right back the other way, and he draws a foul. DJ Hogue.
But the key to running the floor offensively is that the ball gets out of the net in the hands of a point guard, and he gets it up the floor. And how quickly Edwards got there, and A&M caught slowly getting back defensively.
Darrell Edwards scored his first points of the game on the last trip down, and now a chance to add to that at the free throw line. Misses the first. That's his first miss from the free throw line this season. Was 11 of 11 coming into the game.
Good addition to this LSU squad. 75% of his field goal attempts are beyond the three-point line, so a good spot-up shooter.
Junior college transfer from Northwest Florida State, originally from Fresno, California, Darrell Edwards. Good look from the corner. Flag got it to fall.
3 for 3 the second half for these Aggies offensively.
And now a steal by Savion Flag. 2-on-1 break. Flag gets it back and is fouled.
When you're at home, you want to get the crowd started. He didn't shoot the ball well the first half. Good explosion by Caldwell. He kicks it in the corner, and Flag knocks that shot in. Then he made the steal. He'll go to the free throw line. So all of a sudden there's energy in this building. The home team gets on a little bit of a roll.
Flag now 0 of 3 from the free throw line. He came in shooting 75%. Four-point lead for the Aggies. That's their biggest of the afternoon. Over by LSU. Edwards trying to dump it off
the reef. The pace up the floor for the Aggies is better at the start of the second half. LSU, though, gets back defensively. Got to set up in a half-court set.
Two different paint touches that trip for Tyler Davis.
Obviously a focal point from halftime of Billy Kennedy. And why not?
Tyler Davis has 12. Whew. Move by Tremont Waters.
Like a water bug, right? He split the defense, goes sideways.
Would have been a chance for a three-point play there for Trocia Morelos. Instead, he goes to the free throw line to shoot two.
One of the best things Tyler Davis does is his positioning. Once he caught the ball a little deep, he goes underneath, and watch Tremont Waters split the defenders. And now it's one-on-one against Tyler Davis. And Big Tyler stood there and went, I have no chance. I have no chance. How would that feel?
You know, there's some defenders that have to deal with Tyler Davis that feel the same way.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I have no chance of stopping this guy.
No chance. Tyler's worse. He saw when Waters split the defenders out there. He thought, oh, come on. Can't you guys corral him out front?
Trocia Morelos makes 1 of 2. Epps pulls down the rebound. Skylar Mays, Epps from the corner. Good look for Aaron Epps.
He's got a good shot, good release, shoots it well. When I was at Baton Rouge on Wednesday night, early in the morning, and then 2 hours before the game, he was the first guy on the floor working on his three-point shooting. 2-3 matchup zone. They got to find Hogue on the outside if he gets it.
Forced that one that time to Davis. LSU comes away with it. Edwards all the way to the rim.
Good finish.
A little better pace to the start of this second half, tied at 39.
And like Will Wade said, they're going to sit back a little bit. They've kind of been in a soft man. Now it's just a flat-out zone. And the reason is because they've had some easy buckets inside. Another one.
Trosha Morelos, about 6 feet.
Will Wade doesn't really go coach zone defense. He's never said he's liked it. Bill Armstrong on his staff, they've used more and more of it because of the team they have.
Foul on Texas A&M, Tony Trosha Morelos. That takes us to an official's timeout. 15:44 to play. Aggies lead it by a pair. .44 to play in College Station. Texas A&M with a 2-point lead over LSU. The Aggies looking to snap a 2-game losing streak. If it happens, it may be because of Tyler Davis.
Well, when you think of Davis, you think of pounding inside and letting him go to work, establish himself. And he's good with his hands, makes good passes, active with his feet. He's a load inside to handle because he does his work early. Gets on the block, his defenders on his hips if his teammates can get him the ball in the right place. Now, he had a frustrating first half. He had 5 turnovers. It was 3 of 6, but a great start to this second half.
Thought coming into this game that the front court was going to be a big advantage for Texas A&M in the game against LSU, but got news right before the game began today that Robert Williams would not play. Tyler Davis, 12 points on 5 of 8 shooting, perhaps on his way to a double-double today. Rob Williams, though, for Texas A&M has been fighting a virus throughout the course of the week. Didn't practice yesterday. Got to the gym. We saw him walking around in jeans while all of his teammates were out warming up. Wasn't a good sign.
Well, last season he was SEC Defensive Player of the Year, second team All-Conference, 23 blocks this year. He's been out 4 other games, suspended early in the season. Then he had a concussion protocol, 77 blocks last season. They need his game back to get where it should be for them to be successful.
Considering the shooting in the first half, pretty remarkable that we have now played 4.5 minutes in the second half. And we've not had a missed shot. LSU 4 of 4 to start the second half. Texas A&M 5 of 5 to start the second half.
Don't say anything.
Well, this isn't a no-hitter.
Well, kind of. They're good. They're doing what we want them to do. Oh.
Sims had it spin out.
Nice play.
Collins. He won't get many looks better than that one this season.
A much more aggressive Aggie team around the rim. Wow. Trosha Morelos and Tyler Davis and DJ Hogue keep this ball alive. Here's the missed shot, but watch Trosha Morelos, then Davis. Shot goes up. Here comes Hogue. The ball is up top. And the Aggies now playing as though they're 0-2 in a league that they have a chance to be the champ.
14 points now for Tyler Davis. It's his 3rd tip in right around the rim today.
You know, 264 pounds. Again, he has great footwork around the rim.
Reef back in for LSU. Jump ball, and LSU will keep it. J.J. Chandler in for Tony Trosha Morelos.
You know, Rochelle has given LSU some terrific minutes. Active, 6'5" freshman.
on the drive. There's a lot of who me reaction when the whistle was blown, but
and they got, who did they call? Davis?
Gave it to Davis.
Okay. And if you've not been to Reed Arena, they have one of the larger scoreboards in the country, and so the fans just saw that replay.
The video board here is tremendous. It stretches from the top of the three-point line on one end of the floor to the top of the three-point line on the other end of the floor. And you heard the reaction after that replay. Couple of free throws for Waters, back to a three-point game.
Tigers back man-to-man defensively. They were a little slow and I think thought lazy in their zone. Good ball movement.
Good look that time for Chandler. Couldn't make it fall. The build-up to that shot was pretty.
He can dance with that ball.
Hogue fouled inside.
So, partner, if you're getting back defensively, guard this right here, right? Boom, boom, boom. The thing about it, he shoots it. Now, he missed that one, but he shoots it so well so that you must get up close enough to him because he's got such range. There are a lot of guys you can back off. He's difficult to.
But then if you get up tight on him, he's got the ability to go by you.
He's quick, speed, the burst. The other thing is he's calm about how he plays. You don't rush him into mistakes. There are certain players that can do that just have a calmness about how they do it.
You saw that just a second. That was behind the back to go to the right, crossover to come back to the left to create some space. Just missed the shot.
And he created all the space because they couldn't stay with him. Now, the good matchup has been Starks now back in the line defensively because his feet are so quick.
Feed into Reef. One of the rare times that he hasn't been double teamed.
Yeah. Tough bucket. Over the top. Another guy that shoots above 60% from the field.
Morelos tries the three. Shaw tried to kind of spike it that time. Couldn't grab the handle, and Chandler came up with a loose ball.
And he is active, Rashad. He is active. He's aggressive. He's a good defender. Great minutes this afternoon.
Foul on LSU. Waters. Talking about Brandon Rashawn just a moment ago, the freshman from Nacogdoches, Louisiana. LSU goes zone this time.
From underneath out of bounds, they have started doing that the last couple ball games.
And I've got to correct myself before the folks in Louisiana want to string me up. Natchitoches, Louisiana. I know better than that. Nacogdoches, Texas. Forgive me, please. Waters had it knocked away, but then he kicked it out of bounds. And so A&M basketball.
Substitution safety on flag for Prince Common.
So where's the matchup, Rochelle? Defensively, freshman Garden Hogue. Hogue's had a tough time getting away from him, getting some shots. Nice move there. Hesitated, exploded, kind of faked the handoff. And Hogue has to do that because he's got to somehow be able to create space on the outside to get his jump shot. So if they're that tight to you, explode. He's tall enough. He's thick enough. 6'9", 220. He's a big body.
It was Rashawn called for the foul.
Just under 80% as a free throw shooter. 76.
DJ Hogue on the Julius Erving small forward watch list coming into this his junior year. Texas A&M, the only team in the SEC to return multiple all-conference players from a season ago. DJ Hogue not one of those. Tyler Davis, Robert Williams. Hogue goes to the bench. Shot clock is 5. Good acceleration by Starks.
He's a physical point guard. They list him at 6'2". I don't know if I'll buy that one. But the 200 pounds, the strong shoulders, thick, kind of looks like a defensive back, right?
Well, Tremont Waters is also listed at 5'11", so.
Acceleration, strength, power, draw the contact, finish. A&M trying to build a second half.
You got two dominant physical teams.
Big boy Deron Payne with the ball. How about it? Sonny Michel will send the Dogs home to the championship game. Georgia and Alabama for the college football playoff national championship.
We have got you covered on Monday on the SEC Network. We get you set for the national championship game between Alabama and Georgia. SEC Nation starts at 6 Eastern, then at 8:15. It's Feinbaum Film Room with a multicast of the game with commentary from Paul and Gene and Greg and the rest of the college football crew. And we'll wrap it all up with SEC Now at midnight. Full breakdown of the game. That's all on Monday. Available on the SEC Network and streaming on the ESPN app. Game is being called the most expensive ticket in college football history.
Is that right? Wow.
Secondary market.
Ooh. So which team has the best trick play early in that matchup?
To think on that. Got a foul and free throws coming up here as Trosha Morelos picked up the foul.
Good handle by Mays out front. Remember, Skylar Mays, the lead guard a year ago. Very comfortable with the ball, can make a play off the dribble for his teammates.
So it seems a little out of character, but I'll go Nick Saban.
Right.
Based on the onside kick 2 years ago against Clemson.
Yep. And the touchdown pass last game against Clemson to Payne. I mean, just different. But I mean, those are the things.
Does Deron Payne have ballet feet? Good gracious.
Well, those are the things. You know something's going to happen. It could be early. That because both teams are outstanding in all areas, especially defensively. They've got to throw each other off. 1-3-1. Out top defense. A little way to say, you know, we kind of run this a little bit. Just throw off the tempo for an opponent until we get burned. Wide open three. Bam. Ooh, right on target.
Good look that time for Starks. Texas A&M from behind the arc today, 2 of 19.
Catch and release. Edwards.
8 points now for Edwards.
Another play, though, by Mays out front with the ball. Off the dribble.
1 point game.
Hard to make shots, honestly, even if you're a good shooter, if you're wide open for the shot. That seems odd to say. Starks passed up another one. He had the wide open one. He missed it. I always saw it when I was a player, it was the hardest shot when they leave you wide open. It's a mental thing.
So you'd rather have somebody coming at you?
Oh yeah.
Stay in rhythm?
Sure, stay in rhythm. The catch and nobody comes, now if it's quick, if you think a little bit, then your mind goes in funny places.
Amazing how many times you see somebody kind of sagging on the opposite. They catch it and then they like look down at their feet to reset and then let it fly.
All right, so 3 possessions. Waters out of the game. Skylar Mays runs a point spot, right? They got a foul for 2 buckets, and they got the 3-point shot. Now he gets fouled, gets free throw. He is comfortable at leading the offensive end. And it's valuable to have a Mays along with Waters. They start together. Either one can take the ball if they have to.
Chandler picked up the foul on that play. It was his 3rd. Tied at 48. 6 ties and 7 lead changes today. Biggest lead by LSU of 10 in the first 3 minutes of the game. 10-0.
2 possessions of the 1-3-1 zone defense. Now back to the man-to-man. Quickly they go to Davis inside.
Shot clock inside 5. Davis has it back tapped. It's LSU ball.
Did Starks not have a couple looks there, though?
Turned him down.
Yeah.
Had one at the elbow.
Yeah. If you don't take the shot that you kind of need to take, your teammates don't know how to react. I mean, they especially a team like this one. Trisha Morelos and Davis are thinking the shot's going up. I'm trying to get low post position to offensive rebound.
Allen, Texas A&M, that is their 7th. And so LSU will shoot free throws for the rest of the way. 9:20 to play.
That's a huge foul, because if you now are on the road and can get to the free throw line with the quickness and the ball handlers that they have outside, advantage LSU.
And that's a big foul because it's on Tyler Davis, and it is his 4th. Tyler Davis today has been good offensively. He's got 15 points, but also has 6 turnovers in the game. LSU back on top. Tremont Waters getting an extended rest right now.
And they've been good without him in. Good to have rest. Team makes a little run. They get him back in with full energy down the stretch. There he is.
A&M back on top by 1 after the 3 from DJ Hogue.
And I think it was a mistake. I think Sims was guarding him. Forgot the scouting report. Gave Hogue some space. You can't do it.
Hogue 1 of 4 from 3 today. Shoots 50% for the year. Edwards looking for the answer, but an offensive rebound by Reith. Wide open for Skylar Mays. Reith again.
LSU active on the glass. A&M not putting any bodies on them defensively. Jump hook.
This time A&M secures the rebound. Texas A&M 3 of 20 from behind the arc. They hit their last 3 though. It was DJ Hogue, and he's fouled here by Sims. And that is LSU's 7th team foul. So it could be a free throw shooting contest down the stretch. Aggies lead it by 1. DJ Hogue, his first 3 of the game. Back with you in College Station, 51-50. The Aggies leading it over LSU with 7:57 to play. A year ago, Skylar Mays was the point guard for LSU. With the emergence of Tremont Waters, he's kind of given up that role, but showing you he can still do it.
Well, the nice part is, again, they're both start together, and he can do some things. Coming off a tough game against Kentucky, he was 2-11 from the field and missed some opportunities. He's not shot the ball extremely well, or very well at all today. But just this second half, just the last 4 or 5 possessions, they have scored every time down the floor, whether it's at the free throw line or by jump shots, all by his ability to take it off the bounce and create for his teammates.
Tremont Waters back into the game, so you've got Waters and Mays on the floor together now. DJ Hogue now in double figures. He's got 10 points. Half of those from the free throw line. This time Reith is doubled. He dribbled out of it, but he stepped on the end line and turns it over.
They waited to double till he put it on the floor, and Hogue came quickly. Will Wade telling Dwap Reith that if you look weak side, guy was wide open on the cut.
Good drive and kick for Chandler to set flag up for the 3.
Almost a hesitation, though, in the building when anybody but Hogue shoots a 3, right? Kind of a hold your breath.
Waters feeds it down low to Mays. Gives it up. Good ball fake.
How about that unselfish play? Terrific pass to started by Waters inside. Mays looked like he had a layup. Gave it up.
Shaw's now got 6 for LSU. Foul away from the ball on Coach Morelos.
There's a patience to how Skylar Mays also plays also. He doesn't get out of control. Plays at his pace. Has bursts of speed, and you've seen his ability to create.
You're in Billy Kennedy's shoes. How long do you sit Tyler Davis with those 4 fouls?
You've got to go for a few more minutes. I mean, you're ahead. You've got the lead. Now, you would expect Davis to be able to play with a 4 foul, smart enough player.
Chandler. Fortunate bounce for A&M. Set that drive up.
Almost looked like a kicked ball, didn't it?
It really did. J.J. Chandler. A couple of J.J.'s on the team for A&M. You've got J.J. Caldwell, who is just J's, and then J.J. Chandler, who spells it all out.
I would say probably a first, but I'm not going to go out on a limb on that.
Chandler, freshman from Katy, Texas, had 17 against Florida on Wednesday night.
Plays with energy, terrific passer. Had 9 points, 7 points, 17 points against Florida.
Waters fouled on the drive. He went hard to the floor that time.
Yeah, and that's where you can get a hip pointer or something landed. He might have landed right on his back. Looks like he's okay. The explosion, the crossover, how quickly he gets to the rim. Tough call for officials because Hogue, who thinks he's straight up and down, but the ability of the speed of Waters to get into Hogue's body.
Clean up top, but a lot of body contact. Yep. Waters 3 of 3 from the free throw line. He's now got 11 points. Wapreith back in. Rashawn gives LSU some good minutes.
Very valuable. It's been good defensively. Kept the balls live on the offensive end. 1-3-1 half-court zone again. Watch for flag in the corner.
Good ball movement by Texas A&M.
I was going to say they've got Edwards on the run.
From the corner, big 3 for Aaron Epps. We're tied at 57.
So Epps is out top at 6'10" on this 1-3-1 zone. Then they drop down after the first pass, 2-3. Flag has made a couple shots, but not been able to beat him. That's what LSU wants A&M to do, take long jump shots. Skylar Mays has been the guy with the ball to make plays for teammates. Aaron Epps pays him off, gives him an assist and a 3 bucket.
6 assists today for Skylar Mays. Sophomore for Baton Rouge. He actually played his last year of high school ball at Findlay Prep out in Nevada. 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th grade. U-High there in Baton Rouge.
Yep. High school teammate of Wade Sims.
Five minutes to play on this Saturday in College Station. We are dead even at 57. 7th tie of the game. LSU may have.
Well, sometimes you get one back. I think Hope just lost that.
And fans on the previous end. High lob off the mark. The flag gets the lucky bounce. Missed a layup and Reed pulls down the board.
So you suppose earlier today when we saw Will Wade, I said you got an even game with 4.5 minutes. You'd take it. You know what? You're on the road. They're playing well.
Waters turned down 2 threes. That possession. There's a charge.
Waters doesn't take the shot. Edwards, who's an outstanding three-point shooter, doesn't take the shot. You allow A&M to get set defensively, and now there's a charge. Now, it's one thing not to take the shot if you don't feel like it, but bring it back out. But 4 minutes, plenty of time left to take the open looks. Doesn't have to be possession by possession, though there's a value when you get on the road.
Tyler Davis back into the game. He's playing now with 4 fouls. Tie game, 4 minutes and change left. Trosha Morelos got a 3.
Do they go at Davis inside? He's got 4 personal fouls. Do they find Reed?
Waters off the screen, rattles home a triple. It's a big answer for Trey Waters.
A big answer to a game that is even. 3.5 to go. Ball movement, body movement, and Trosha Morelos hanging out in the corner. Gives him the 3-point lead, and Davis can't stay with Waters.
3 minutes and 41 seconds left at Reed Arena. Dead even, 60 apiece for LSU and Texas A&M. It hasn't always been the prettiest game, but we said kind of coming out of halftime, this one was up for grabs.
Yeah, and what's interesting is A&M made their run early in this second half to build a little bit of a lead and get the crowd involved. But give LSU credit. They didn't go away. They've actually stepped it up. And it is from my angle, it has appeared that LSU's had an easier time scoring on their offensive end than A&M has. Now, A&M, there are guys that they're going to leave open for the shots. Flags one that they've kind of allowed. Trosha Morales, who just made the shot. They didn't really run to him. Guys for A&M are going to have to step up. Tyler Davis with 4 personal fouls. The key on LSU's side is the fact Waters is going to have the ball, but it's his teammates. He'll draw focus. But it's guys like Mays, guys like Epps, maybe Reith inside, or Edwards that can really deliver the blow.
Will Wade in his first season at LSU looking for his first SEC win. LSU lost to Kentucky earlier this week. Texas A&M lost a week ago to Alabama, lost at home to Florida. There's a block inside by Reith and then a steal by LSU. And nobody could get the handle on that break for LSU. That should have been a go-ahead bucket.
Yeah, how's it happen? It just does. Shake your head. Try it again.
3:23 to play. Home stretch coming up next. 60-60 in College Station. Almost 11,000 here today to see Texas A&M and LSU, and they're seeing a good one tied at 60 with 3:23 to play. Aggies started the season 11-1. They achieved their highest ranking in school history, tied it. They were ranked 5th a week ago going into SEC play. Lost by 22 on the road to Alabama, came back home, lost by 17 to Florida. Aggies have been banged up, have had to deal with some suspensions, but they're trying to get their first SEC win. Good look by DJ Hogue.
Yeah, tough bucket. Good set play by Billy Kenny out of the timeout.
Feed to Reith. Mays turned down the 3. A tough angle inside for Epps.
I still think you've got to take the shots that are given to you in any of the sets. If the shot's early, that's fine. Especially against a team like A&M. If you pass up an open shot and try to get it inside, they're going to have 4 or 5 white jerseys surrounding the ball. They're very good defensively.
11th best field goal percentage defense in the country. Tyler Davis missed the layup, and it's tipped up and in.
Is that Caldwell from the weak side?
Aggies by 4 with 2 and change to play. There's a 3 from the corner for Skylar Mays.
Mays has struggled shooting, but the dagger.
Tyler Davis has notched his 5th double-double of the season, 11th of the career. Good ball fake by Hogue. Another rebound for Davis. 2 good looks that trip for A&M.
Well, think of that. You got your best shooter. Ball fake had a look. Davis had a look. You know what? Reith's got to catch that ball, come down, then go back up. Off balance.
Billy Kennedy will take a timeout. 1:27 to play. Aggies have got a 1-point lead.
I wasn't sure on this miss by Davis if Caldwell got in or Davis got it, but I think it was Caldwell from the weak side. At only 6'1", and then Mays comfortable enough to take the big shots. You like to have guys like that on your squad.
Eight ties, 9 league changes. Somebody's walking out of here with their first SEC win of the year. Both teams sitting on 9 team fouls in the second half, so the next foul means 2 shots for either team. Possession arrow belongs to Texas A&M as well. Trocia Morelos dumps it off to Davis, lays it up and in.
Every time Billy Kennedy comes out, obviously Hogue, Davis involved in the play.
Waters into the lane. Reef going to try a three, short. A&M slows it down. Good decision.
Yeah, great decision. They didn't have a shot. A hit ahead by Caldwell. Good catch by Hogue. Nothing there. Now you're down to about 12, 11 seconds left on the shot clock. Davis down low.
Davis on the baseline. Now LSU's really got to hurry.
Yep.
Waters, deep three. He got it! From almost 30 feet.
Woo! Wow.
To make it a 2-point game.
My goodness. Smart play by A&M. Ran the clock down, and the quick jump hook by Davis. And partner, you said they've got to hurry, and Waters, my goodness, only about 8 feet past half court. Full court pressure. Go for a steal. If you don't, you got to make a quick foul.
Tremont Waters for LSU has 18 points. He's 4 of 8 from behind the arc. Texas A&M led today by Tyler Davis, 19 points, 12 rebounds. Advantage Aggies right now. They've got the lead and the ball.
So the two guys who most likely could catch the ball, Caldwell, 77% free throw shooter. Starks, 5 of 8 on the season for the foul line. Hogue could come to the ball where they got Davis. 66% free throw shooter.
You normally think you want it in the hands of a guard, but the game that Tyler Davis has had, okay with it.
Well, they split, the guard split. Good defense by LSU. Hogue came on in kind of a sprint to catch the ball, but overplayed. Davis came as the last relief for Trocia Morelos to get it in. This is exactly who LSU would have wanted to catch the ball.
Preseason first team All-SEC by the league's coaches, Tyler Davis.
LSU has a delayed game warning.
Will Wade saw his team lose by 3 at home in the SEC opener. Trying to avoid that fate on the road today. And Davis gives LSU life.
1-12 for UTEP, 0 earned exception return for LSU.
Three-point options right now. Really all 5 guys on the floor for LSU.
Yeah.
Shoot it okay from deep. Davis missed them both. LSU, a 3 could win it.
And Waters will come on speed. Watch for the kickouts.
He gives it up, and a timeout taken by LSU with 3 seconds to play. Waters gave it up early.
Yeah, I thought as he was coming. Now, again, from our angle, couldn't see it. Maybe he saw Mays up ahead with an open look or angle. Mays quickly called timeout.
So 3 seconds, plenty of time to get a good look here. Will Wade sits down with his team to draw up a final play.
Obviously have time for the catch and to come off a high screen, which is what they do quite a bit. A&M's going to have to be able to come out over with him because Waters will, you can't allow him to get a free look.
All right, do you only draw up a play where you're trying for the win here, or do you remember you're only down 2 and you can play for overtime?
Well, it depends who gets the ball. Obviously, Waters is probably going to get it coming away from the basket, right? He's probably going to step out to catch it. So his speed, now he can get as far as he wants to. He can get in the lane. always got to remember, A&M is great at helping out defensively. So often, if you make a move, it might be the guy you kick it to that's got an open look.
Any chance you use the defense to kind of pull away with Waters to maybe roll Reef down for an easy one? You don't think that's the direction they're headed?
I think Waters or Mays will have it in their hand.
Brandon Sampson will inbound. He's guarded by Tony Trosha-Morelos. Waters, deep three for the win. He got it! Wow! Wow! 0.3 of a second remaining.
Are you kidding me?
Tremont Waters, deep three.
I'm trying to think what they're reviewing. I mean, he caught it and just shot it. He didn't even bounce it.
Seems like a good time for us to take a look at today's Good Hands play, brought to you by Allstate.
We expected Waters to get it and maybe take a bounce. Oh, he did take, but still.
0.3 of a second remaining. They're actually going to go back and put 0.4 on the clock, so 0.7 of a second remaining. That's what the officials are doing, looking at the clock. LSU, or excuse me, Texas A&M is taking their final timeout.
So what would be the biggest shock defensively if you had to guard somebody? He's got 3 seconds. He's going to catch it, probably come off a screen or do something. He caught it on the move, just took a bounce and turned from 30-plus feet out. Wow.
The last two threes by Tremont Waters have accounted for about 55, 58 feet. And he's hit one from both wings. Hit about a 28 or 29 footer from the right side, and then he hits this one to give LSU a 1-point lead inside 1 second remaining.
Just incredible. As he came down the floor in this first one, you thought this game is over at the pace he was playing, and he pulled up, knocked it in. And a sideline play that, wow, just silenced this crowd.
15 second half points for Tremont Waters. He's got 21 in the ball game. Aggies will have to throw at the length of the floor. Obviously different from professional rules. You don't inbound it at half court.
Yeah, I love the NBA rule where you'd have it at half court and have a shot. They're going to Trosha-Morelos loosening up his arm. He's going to throw it down if he can get Hogue catching it at the free throw line. Brandon Sampson, an extremely high jumper.
Epps guards the inbound, long pass ahead. Davis gets it off, but he's offline. LSU comes into College Station and steals one on the road, 69-68 over Texas A&M. What a game.
You know, huge, because A&M, you knew they wanted to win, had to win, et cetera, et cetera. That's all we talked about. LSU walks in, maybe undermanned, whatever you want to call it, and they responded when they were down a couple times in the second half.
The legend of the freshman Tremont Waters continues to grow. 21 points, 2 huge threes inside the last minute, including this for the game winner, 69-68. Coming up in a little while, it's Mississippi State and Ole Miss. But first, we send you back to the studio. For John Sunvold, I'm Richard Cross. Have a great rest of the weekend. Goodbye from College Station.